Hi everybody, I'm here with Mark Powell, who's the label manager of Esoteric Recordings, one of Cherry Red's imprint labels focusing on the progressive rock genre. Hi Mark.
Yeah, hi Matt.
And today we're going to have a look at Esoteric's forthcoming releases, kicking off with August.
Okay, well August, being the summer months, we're not releasing too many albums in August, but we've got a couple of important ones that are coming out. One, the first one is a collection of all the material that the band Griffin recorded for the Transatlantic label, and this is synchronized really well because the band have actually reformed and are actually doing a UK tour. They're playing the Union Chapel in September, and so we thought it was a really good opportunity to get behind that and put this anthology out. And the band have all been involved in the liner notes. They've all been interviewed. And so it's, as far as I'm aware, it's the first collection of its kind where every single album track has been gathered over 2 CDs of their material for Transatlantic. So it's essentially the classic Griffin stuff, which is a strange sort of blend of medieval instruments and progressive rock. But the band are really happy about it, and we're pleased that it's actually coming out to coincide with their shows in September.
Fantastic.
After that, another one released, which is interesting, is Hudson Ford's Daylight. And Richard Hudson and John Ford were members of the Strawbs initially, and they then went solo in the mid-70s. Had quite a string of hits and some 3-hit albums for A&M Records. And then they left A&M to sign to CBS. Now the A&M material has been reissued on CD, but Daylight has never ever appeared on CD at all, and it's always been the sort of the missing album for many people. So again, we've remastered this from the original master tapes, and both members of Hudson Ford have been involved in the liner notes and done great interviews with Malcolm Doane. So we're really happy that that's finally seeing a release on CD for the very first time, even though it was recorded in 1977, so it's taken a while, but it's sounding great, so we're looking forward to that.
Nice to have that connection, I guess, with the Strawbs.
It is, yeah. It follows on. I mean, it's coincidental, but it follows on nicely from the fact that you've got the Strawbs material coming up. But I think also really excitingly is a reissue of Curved Air's second album, which is coming out at the end of August. And this has been expanded with the addition on the CD of a John Peel Sunday concert, which was recorded in March 71. And the BBC didn't have this in their archives, but fortunately it was actually pressed as a BBC transcription disc and circulated to radio stations overseas, and after about 6 months of searching, and also thanks to Phil Smee, who does a lot of our artwork, he tracked down a collector who had a mint condition copy of the transcription disc, so we were able to clean it up, and Francis Monkman of Curved Air has remastered all the material on this, so we've got a nice bonus of an extra 30 minutes of previously unreleased Curved Air live material, which is fantastic.
For Curved Air fans.
And on the disc 2 is a DVD, which pretty much gathers together every surviving bit of footage of Curved Air from 1971. One of the real surprises when the archive material came from the Warner archive to Cherry Red is that we discovered a 16mm film in a can, completely with a soundtrack. Had no idea what it was, and so that was transferred and digitized and cleaned up, and also the audio soundtrack was resynced to it. And it's a 3-song promotional film that was shot and paid for by Warner's at the time to promote the band in America. So they're in a studio doing this. They're essentially mimes or playbacks to 3 tracks off the first Curved Air album, Air Conditioning. And it's something that no one in the band remembered or anyone's remembered. It's not on YouTube, it's never surfaced. and it's absolutely marvellous. So
truly unique in
so
this day and age.
that DVD, those 3 tracks kick off the DVD, and then next we go to in France. There was a television show called Pop 2, which was a little like the old Grey Whistle test in the UK. It concentrated on album bands, and they filmed a 20-minute segment on Curved Air. So we've got 3 songs of them playing in Paris, and also a short interview. Whilst the commentary is in French, you can also hear what the band is saying. So it's a fantastic time capsule. And finally, there are 2 Beat Club sessions that were recorded for German television in 1971. So all in all, there's about an hour and 50 minutes worth of footage, which has never been released either officially or ever even been seen before.
Amazing.
On this. So it's quite a complete sort of package of Curved Air in 1971, really, of everything that survived. So that's a really interesting release. I think we've really enjoyed putting that one together.
And you've got the band involved again on the liner notes.
That's right, yeah, they've all been interviewed, which is really, really good. And as I say, Francis Monkman has remastered the audio on the CD, so it's hopefully the definitive word on Curved Air's second album.
Very good.
And that's it for August.